What are the long-term plans for the military after Operations Lafia Dole?
Well, Operation Lafia Dole is essentially to address security issues in the northeast, that is Boko Haram, essentially. That does not mean that post-Lafia Dole, the normal security architecture, as defined in other parts of the country, will not exist. No. Operation Lafia Dole was constituted purely to address Boko Haram terrorist challenge. Thereafter, other internal security arrangements going forward is what will be on ground.
I was thinking that the military maybe might want to maintain another base, just in case. Well, we did not hope that terrorism will continue to rear its head, but then, just as some form of reassurance for the citizens, especially those residents in Borno State and in the other states affected by terrorism.
First and foremost, we have indicated that we will remain in Sambisa Forest, and the Sambisa Forest will be used as a training camp for our exercises. That's one. Two, in our normal order of battle, a division has been created to be in Maiduguri and as its headquarters. 7th Division, even though it's part and parcel of Operation Lafia Dole, post Lafia Dole will remain in Maiduguri. There are other units that, of course, have been created additional to what was existing before Lafia Dole. So these arrangements will remain post Lafia Dole. And I think that, they will be on ground in case the police or Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and other security agencies have issues with internal security matters. Of course, the elements of the military that are in that location, which is of course our peacetime, setup, will be there to give whatever support that they may require. So it is not that after Lafia Dole, the entire military is going to pull out from the northeast. No. You know that our setting, assuming there was no problem, you know that we have different divisions, we know different brigades, battalions in all parts of this country. And it's all intended to address challenges, that may occur depending on, how they are. So that's precisely the arrangement that will be in place. So the assurance to the public is that, don't also forget that we didn't come from a different space. We come from, the geographical confines, of our land, Nigeria, and we will remain in Nigeria. And so that's the assurance I want to give to them, that we are not living as if the military will no longer have presence in the north. It's not at all.
A lot of Nigerians will be proud of the work that the military has done so far in the northeast, especially in recent times. But then there are fears, because it's taken the military time to be able to, rouse itself and get to this level of performance. How are we sure that the military will continue to incorporate, these kinds of teachings or these new challenges in its curriculum, especially for officers who are going through the institutions, and also ensure that the challenges that came up in the face of this war against terrorism do not happen again?
You see, the Nigerian Army and of course the Nigerian military is a professional one. We build our techniques and processes, based on the experiences that we have. I believe that, of course, going forward, we will, of course, build on the experiences that Boko Haram terrorist challenge has posed to us. We'll incorporate it into our training manual. We'll also take into contest other issues, which I may not, tell you now. So we also learn from history. I think that's what I can tell you, that we are not going to close our eyes to some of the challenges that we have faced in this operation. So all those ones will be incorporated. In any case, the level of success we've now achieved is based on the fact that we incorporated the lessons that we learned over the years. So I can only assure you that the Nigerian military and the army in particular will be an army that Nigerians will be proud of.
Well, talking about an army that Nigerians will be proud of, there are those who are concerned about the level of intelligence gathering and analysis that's going on in the military and the other security agencies. And the concern is based on the fact that these people, as I asked you the question earlier, are out in the public, they are everywhere. I mean, one was arrested recently in Lagos. So what are the guarantees, or what do we have in terms of intelligence gathering and analysis and then execution?
Well, I can only give you further assurance, and I'm happy that you refer to the Boko Haram terrorists that were arrested in Lagos. If there was no cooperation, if there was no proper analysis of intelligence, would that have happened? That does not mean that what we have is a perfect arrangement. No, we will always analyze and review, and of course, every gap will be closed up. So I think we can only get better. Cooperation is not a one-off thing; it's a continuous one. Life in itself is dynamic. And when you have social interactions, there are, things that you need to understand. That if your procedure is understood by your adversaries, then of course they want to change their modus operandi. And of course, it's also for you to understand that they have changed their modus operandi. You need to also step up your game. So these are things that we incorporate on a daily basis, and I can only assure you that intelligence gathering and analysis, of course, will be heightened, and of course, it will be better for all of us.
The last time you did a briefing to the press, you said the war against Boko Haram has been won. So I ask you, has the war against Boko Haram been won?
When the command headquarters of the Boko Haram has been taken over by the troops of Operation Repentant, whatever you expected, the war is won. But I said that we need to win the peace, picking up the pieces of what is left, and then building on the strength of what we've done is what I mean by winning the peace. So that with the war has been won does not mean that you're not going to find the struggling elements of Boko Haram, attempting to show some relevance among others. So that of course, and I stand by the statement which I've made that the war has been won, that we need to win the peace, and that's why we are stepping up our mock-up operations and also encouraging other stakeholders to begin to massively take part in this operation. There must be reconstruction. There must be rebuilding. Hospitals must be opened up. Those who are in the various IDP camps need to be better taken care of. And of course, Nigerians need to also know that they have a role to play. And I think that's the whole essence of sensitizing the public for them to know where they should key in and ensure that we move forward.
General Rabo, just before we let you go, when that declaration was made, 2 days or a couple of days later, the roads around Sambisa Forest were open, the major roads. There are those who are concerned that that was too hasty. There should have been something like a week or two of monitoring the entire area before those roads were opened. What's your take on that?
I think that's a wrong observation. The roads around Sambisa were since opened, and the major one at that is the Maiduguri-Damboa road, which was opened months back. The one we opened are the ones going to the north of Borno, Maiduguri, Gubiu, Damasak, and Maiduguri, Manguno, Baga roads. That has nothing to do with Sambisa Forest. What I told you is that we are opening up roads into Sambisa, meaning we are constructing edge roads into Sambisa. Why? We want to use those roads to dominate the entire Sambisa Forest. And don't forget, the Chief Prime Minister also told the Nigerians that the Nigerian Army has planned to conduct the Nigerian Army Small Arms Championship in 2017 in Sambisa Forest.
All right.
So those roads are to give us proper access into into Sambisa forest, the heart of Sambisa, and so that domination of the entire forest will be easier than what we currently have.
All right, thank you very much. We've been speaking with the Theater Commander, Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Lucky Irabo. Thank you for speaking with us. Sunrise Daily will be back shortly. Don't go away.